Hi friends, Diane Adkins here, your violin teacher. And today I want to talk to you about a great piece by Paul Simon of Simon and Garfunkel called Sounds of Silence. Now this is, the music actually is in the description below, a link to it. And this piece is in D minor. So, it's probably going to be okay if you've been playing about 6 months or so, but it's really going to be a challenge if you want to do third position or some of the shifting and low twos and B flats and things like that. So just be aware of that. Let's start out today's video by just setting our fingers in place for this piece. This piece is oriented on the lower strings. I think the highest note you have to play is in third position. I actually do go in third position instead of the E, playing the E. So I play that. So let's actually use that as a unit. If you can find third position, I'm assuming at this point you know how to do that. Excuse me. So here, if you don't, real quick, here's how to find it. Find 3. That's 3A in first position. We're going to put our 1 there. And you can test if it's in tune by matching it with your open D. So this isn't where the piece begins, but this is a unit that if you want to play it in this part in this piece in third position, you should practice this unit. So you found third position. I'm going to assume you kind of know that already. Second finger a whole step away while still holding the first finger, and then 3 is a half step away because it's an F natural. So already 2 units or 2 challenges of this piece that I've given you. That is finding third position, and then secondly playing this pattern in third position on the A string. Okay, so aside from that, we have a nice arpeggio or chordal kind of beginning. So in the beginning, when you start out and you're looking at this music, you have D and then 2, and that second finger is going to be a low 2. All right? So that is actually the note, which is the third step of the scale. D being the scale, D minor, E, second step, F, third step. That step determines whether your key is major or minor. And in this case, it is a lower 2, so it's a minor third step, and it is a minor key. So all that to say, please get it in tune, because if you play it even a little bit too high, it's going to sound awful. For example, you hear how that already doesn't make your ears feel good? So make sure that that 2 is nice and low every time you play it in this piece. C natural, low 2. So that's pretty easy, right, so far? We've got D, and we're going to play a regular 1 on D when we get, if we ever get to that. I think, I'm not sure yet if we have that in this, even an E at all in this piece. All right, low 2, regular 3, and then on the A we're going to play a B flat. So be careful, because that's the same as F major. Okay, so we got low 2, low 1 and low 2 combo, which is always a challenge for us as beginners. But you do get to play regular 3 on both strings, all 3 strings actually. So yay! Okay, no high 3s I don't think yet in this piece. So let's continue, and I'll play through it at the end if there's anything new. I'm just jumping ahead. So we have a lot of open, low 2, open, 3. So watch for that. And here we are hopping the low 2 between 2 strings. So that's a good unit to practice. And we also have a couple spots where we have to go from low 2 right over to low 2 on the on another string. So an example of that is at the end of the piece. That's how it fits in melodically. So what should we do there? Should you be maybe setting your finger on 2 strings? You could do that. Let's see if it's necessary. Or should you like just bend over? Never do that, okay? So you have, don't do that, okay? So how about hopping the 2? That's the best option, I think, for this one. Okay, so now remember, we have one little spot where we're going to go into 3rd position. We have low 2s on the D and A. We have a hopping 2 so that we don't smush our 2nd finger. And we have a flat 1, so watch for that. But a thought occurred to me about where you're going to play this piece also in the bow, where in the bow to play it. And sometimes, you know, you might not even think about that when you're playing. You just play and enjoy it. But if you want to be most efficient with bow distribution, you should probably play these notes lower half, these 8th notes. I think those are 8th notes. It's hard to tell by the script. The reason is because they're followed by a whole note, and you'll have to sustain that. So in the first measure, you have equal notes, like 2 of the D, 2 of the 2, and 2 of the A. But in the next motif, you have a group of 3 notes. So where there are odd number of notes like that, start at up bow. Where there are even notes, start at down bow. So like in the first measure, start at down bow. Now, I want to be here to play these notes that follow in the next measure, so I would suggest picking up the bow and then going up bow. And that sort of goes against the grain sometimes in our brain. We don't want to like start up bow when we're here at the lower half. But if you're going to stay at the frog for these 8th notes and have a full bow for your whole notes that follow them, you really need to think ahead on that. So once again, at the lower half, even notes, so I'm going to start down bow, even number of notes. Now see, I'm prepared for that long note. Pick it up, go up bow now because we have a group of 3. Pick it up, group of 3. Stay there, you're ready. It's an even number of notes. Stay there, you're ready. Now let's shift. Now here we are. We need to save a little and go up. Hop the 2. Pick it up. Now that's what I did. I slurred that. Let's see. If you don't pick it up, you could stay in position and then you'd have enough for that long D. All right, what follows? Up bow, because it's a group of 3. Pick it up. Get back to the bottom and go up bow. Let's do it again. Up. You're ready, go up. Stay in position, down bow. Shift. ready to go up, hop, stay in position. That works nicely. All right, so let's assume now that my video is getting a bit long, let's assume that we've repeated all that and we're at the second line at the end where there is a coda marking. And that will indicate to us to jump down to the coda at the end of the piece. So always look at the kind of the layout of the song so you know where you're going. I'm going to jump ahead and let's see what we get in the coda. So because there's an even number of notes, I'm going to be down bow. Let's see. Hop the two, stay in position. And that works out, doesn't it? All right. So this piece has a really great lesson for you, and that is how to kind of assess where you should be in the bow, planning so that you have enough bow for those long sustained notes, and whether you should begin up bow or down bow. Good luck.